Hello, I hope we are all well. Yes, I am back on the channel, back active, back making videos again. I've just been away in Greece for a week, so that's why there hasn't really been any content across my channels during the international break. I saw it as a good opportunity to sort of take a break from things, step back and just regroup and then be ready to go again when the Premier League is back. And the Premier League is back this weekend, and it's a massive, massive game for Tottenham at home to West Ham, Saturday, 12:30 kickoff. So yeah, I wanted to hop on and do my usual previews and get back rolling with things. So yeah, I hope everybody's enjoyed no Tottenham during the international break, especially after the pain of that Brighton game. It's a really funny story. Obviously, I'd been in Greece, I think, a day when we were playing that Brighton game, and I had just got engaged to my partner. That was sort of the big thing with this holiday, and I got back and saw the score, saw that we were 1-0 up, switched it on for about 5 minutes, and then saw that we ended up losing 3-2, which is just, do you know what? It's so typically Tottenham, isn't it? It's such a typically Tottenham thing. I heard that we played, I didn't really watch much of the game, but I heard that we played really, really well in the first half. Could have scored 3, 4, 5 goals even. And then in the second half, we sort of just collapsed. And as usual, people are getting onto the manager. People were getting really negative. All of those people that were hiding with those 5 wins in a row, just sitting waiting to criticise the players and the team, came back out obviously with that loss. And as usual, there are people calling for Ange's head. So, you know, I just sort of sat back and observed and watched it all unfold for that game. But I'm back now, want to talk about things, want to preview the West Ham game. I just, do you know, it's really been bugging me for the last few days or so, but a word on Ange Postecoglou, right? Because, look, every single game that Tottenham lose at the moment, people are calling for his head. People are calling for him to be sacked. I think I saw an account pre-schedule and sacking video for in case we lose on their YouTube channel for in case we lose against West Ham this weekend. It's just utterly ridiculous. Look, let me make something very, very clear. Unless we are miles off it, which we're not, Ange is going to stay. Okay, Levy has put too much money into the players that he wants to sign. He's been here a year. We all bang on about how we want this project, how we want this longevity, how we want to build something over a sustained period of time. Sacking someone like Ange, who is clearly trying to build a project and is in the middle of building a project, just because a couple of results are going a bit poorly, we're going back to square one. We're going back to what happened with Conte and Mourinho and Nuno and just all of these managers before. You have to sit and you have to sort of just suck it up a little bit and say, okay, this season again in the league, maybe there are going to be a couple of weird results. Put everything you can into the cups, particularly the Europa League, particularly the Carabao and FA Cup. You know, I know we've got City in the Carabao Cup coming up, but we'll see what happens with that. The Europa League particularly. And look, realistically, we're not going to challenge for the title, are we? We'll be there or thereabouts for the top 4. I promise you we will be there or thereabouts. We're not going to massively fall away. We're not going to be 10, 15 points off the top 4 come the end of the season. So, you know, we need to come together. I think the Tottenham fan base at the moment is really, really split, really divided. There's a lot of negativity, a lot of anger around the entire fan base. And, you know I can't make it stop it, but it would just be nice if everybody could collectively get behind the manager and get behind the team and behind the players. You know, Sonny has a poor game. Oh, he's rubbish. Ship him off to Saudi Arabia. You know, Maddison has a poor game. Oh, he's awful. You know, he had one good half a season and that's been that. You know, Udogie has a poor game, and I heard that he had a really poor game against Brighton, and people are hounding him out, but he's been excellent overall since he signed for Tottenham. So, you know, I feel like in social media world at the moment, everybody jumps on the nearest opportunities to be negative about things, and I don't want to live my life that way. So for me personally, I'm remaining positive, and I'm really hopeful going into this West Ham game. You know, I've just seen some quotes from Ange Postecoglou today, recording this on the Thursday morning, that he has been holding in sort of his rage and anger after the Brighton game because everybody went off to the international break straight after that game. So he hasn't really had chance to dissect and break things down yet. And he is planning on doing that with the players now back at Hotspur Way. So with the game on Saturday at home against West Ham, we should see a rocket up the backsides of those Tottenham players, and a real response is what we need. Look, West Ham haven't started the season particularly well. I have watched a few of their games, and there have been a couple of unlucky results for them, and they've signed a lot of good players this summer. You know, they are a talented squad that I don't think Lopetegui has necessarily got the most out of yet. So for me, despite the fact that they haven't got really many points, they are still a dangerous team. They will still pose a threat. Everything goes out of the window in a derby like this. We know how much the game means to West Ham. It means a lot to Tottenham fans as well. We always want to beat West Ham, don't we? So, you know, it's a rivalry. It's a derby. It's going to be a competitive game. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about Tottenham with players having that little break from things and now coming back. We should hopefully see a pretty fully fit squad as far as I'm aware. You know, we've got that Vicario, Udogie, Romero, Van de Ven, Porro back four. Bentancur, nothing has still been said about Bentancur's ban, so I would imagine that he's going to start as well. James Maddison and Kulusevski, I think, are both fit. Kulusevski looked excellent for Sweden in the international break. Heung-min Son, I believe, is the one that we think is back. I know that he posted on Instagram back soon, and we'll wait for perhaps official confirmation on Ange for that, but I think Sonny will be back and starting, Solanke as well, and then probably Brennan Johnson on the right hand side, who scored for Wales during the break and then got suspended, so he only played one game during the international break, so he should be nice and fresh. So in terms of the squad, I think Tottenham are looking pretty fit and healthy for the most part. Obviously, Odegaard's still out. Richarlison, I'm not quite sure is back just yet. And yeah, it's going to be a fun one to watch. But it does have the potential to ruin your weekend so early on with that early kickoff. It's a risky time to play a game of football where it's the first game on, everybody's watching it, and then if Tottenham lose, you just lose all motivation to want to do anything across the entire weekend. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy, but West Ham will sit. They will sit back and they will put on the low block. So Tottenham will have all of the ball. West Ham will be happy for Tottenham to have the ball, and they'll be looking to hit on that counter-attack. Jared Bowen, Somerville if he starts. They've got some quick players. Paqueta, you know, he can find his passes. And they will be dangerous from set pieces. They are always dangerous from set pieces. And we know that that is a weakness for Tottenham. So we have to be really careful with that. And yeah, we just have to go Hail Mary, hell to leather, go at them, get the early goals early on, take complete control of the game. That is how you beat West Ham, because the longer the game goes on, the quieter the crowd gets, the more comfortable West Ham gets, sitting in their defensive shape, and then all it takes is one counter-attack or one corner or one free kick, and it's a goal. So, you know, there's a lot at stake for this, because I think coming off the back of that Brighton game, if you lose at home to West Ham after that, people get really upset. And look, it's, you know, I've been trying my hardest to keep a level head with Tottenham this season and just sort of seeing where the season takes us. Fully support Ange, fully support the players, and I will continue to do so. But obviously, if you lose a big game like one at home to West Ham, then I can see why people will be getting on the back of Ange. And but we'll see. We've got a lot of players that are in good form. I'm just hoping that Brighton game was a freak accident. The thing is, people say Ange should adopt his different tactics, change his shape, and he should have shored things up at 2-0 up, but I don't really care. I really don't mind. Like, I'd rather see us go 3-0 up than defend a 2-0 lead, because I never feel comfortable at 2-0, but at 3-0 you're sort of sitting there thinking, okay, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, some people calling it naive, some people calling it just lazy, but that's how Ange is, and that's how Ange will always be. So there's no point moaning about it. We just have to get on with it. And I'm really looking forward to this West Ham game. I'm going to go for a comfortable 3-0 victory. I'm going to predict a clean sheet. You might think I'm crazy, but I'm going to be brave for this one. I'm expecting a very big performance from the team, from the players, and 3 points on the board to get back into the swing of things. Let's hope that they can deliver. Let me know your score predictions down in the comments below. Let me know what you think of the match if you're watching this afterwards as well, because I'm uploading this Thursday evening. So it's really nice to be back in front of a camera talking to you guys. Thank you so much for everybody that's continued to support the channel while I'm away. yeah, life is moving quickly for me. I'm an engaged man, got a wedding to plan, and Tottenham are not going to bring my mood down this weekend. I'm still riding the high, back from my holidays, feeling refreshed, feeling ready to go again. Let's hope that we can get 3 points. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and give the video a like. Enjoy your weekend, and as always, come on you Spurs.